Alright, all you Redmi K20 Pro users out there, yet again we're talking about another custom ROM which is based on Android 12. I've been testing it since yesterday. A big thanks to Sanat because he has been testing it for me since the last 2 days. He's given me, the benchmark numbers and all those things, and after that is when I got the confidence to review this particular update for you guys so that I can at least recommend you to install this as a daily driver. So PixelExtended version 4.0 based on Android 12 is what we are talking about, and we are going to review it step by step. Now before we get into the details, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell icon because it doesn't cost you anything and it really motivates us to make amazing content like this. If you think you like chatting with like-minded people, join us on Telegram. We have more than 1,500 people with similar devices there, and you can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Last but not the least, if you think the hard work is worth the effort, please click on the join button and support the channel. Now without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, so right off the bat, let's talk about what's in store for us. This is a OSS vendor-based ROM. The name is PixelExtended. The version has been bumped up to version 4.0, and this is of course based on Android 12. Now this update of initial stable release was released on the 20th of December 2021. So we are a little late in reviewing this ROM, but understand it takes time to test ROMs. Now if we talk about the device specific change log, you see initial stable build, enforcing safety net passes, adapt parts to S style, flash instructions. Before flashing any ROM, make a backup of your persist. That's to avoid IMEI issues because these devices are now out of warranty and you may have issues if you lose your IMEI. Based on OSS vendor Android 10 firmware. Now for K20 Pro users, this is significant because I've heard a lot of times that Android 11 firmware based ROMs are, maybe heating up more and stuff like that. So this is based on Android 10. Now clean flash, backup all your data, flash latest firmware required by ROM, flash DFE if you don't want to be encrypted, otherwise you need to format data, reboot system. Dirty flash, backup all your data, flash ROM, flash DFE, wipe cache, reboot system. So those are the instructions and change logs, and the same things are mentioned over here. Now this ROM does come with G apps, and what is so special about it that we are reviewing it, because there are a ton of custom ROMs available which are running Android 12 on Android 10 and Android 11 firmware. So let's see over here. This is a wallpaper from Curated Culture, one of my favorite wallpapers, very vibrant, very colorful. Now if you swipe from the top to bottom, you will see that the ROM is extremely smooth. And the moment I booted into this particular ROM, it reminded me of Siberia OS because it's really important that when you flash a custom ROM, you get a lot of smoothness because that is the initial experience you're talking about, and that is what matters to me at least. Right? So it does say welcome to your new Pixel. To the left you do have Google Feed. Now Google Feed, as always, super important, and the smoothness is just yummy, trust me, because it's just working fine. You don't have any stutters, any jitters, and even when it is scrolling, if you go to the home screen, the animation is just there. Now even if you go to Telegram or any application for that matter, you will see that the app icon animations are really great. Now I do have some feedback over here. Every single day I flash a new custom ROM, I do look at these animations a lot because most of the time during the day what you'll be doing is you'll be launching applications, and these animations are what matter to you. Matter of fact, on the iPhone as well, these animations do matter to me. So these are great, these are wonderful, but I found them to be very slightly jittery. They are not the smoothest or the fastest that I have experienced on any Android 12 ROM. Now you do see that I have themed icons enabled over here. You have a Google search bar at the bottom with assistant shortcuts available at either side. That works fine. Now if you go to the quick tiles, you will see over here you have standard stuff as well as full Android 12 notification. That is your privacy access for mic, camera and things like those. If any application is accessing that, it'll give you a green indicator there, and that works absolutely fine. We just saw that working, right? Now there's so much going on. The reason you see so many things over here is because this ROM is PixelExtended and it does come with some customization. Remember, I'm not saying it comes with a ton of customization, it comes with some customization. So if you see over here, you have the edit option in which you have your privacy access styles and all the other things. You do have caffeine though, which allows you to keep the screen on till the time you want to use it. Then you have sound search, compass and all the other basic things. Now moving on, you have an important aspect over here, that is screen recorder, which allows you to record internal and external audio. Now the good thing over here is that you are getting a complete glimpse of Monet UI working almost everywhere, even in the recorder. So the moment you start screen recording, you will get a timer over here. And bam, the screen recording has begun. You see this particular green mic icon, that's what I was referring to. So even with the screen recording on, I don't really see any problems. It feels absolutely smooth. It works absolutely fine. App icon animations or whatever you want to call it, it works just fine. That means there is no extra load onto the system, which is always a good thing. Now, if you stop the screen recording over here, remember this is a Snapdragon 855 we are talking about. Bam, the processing is done just like that. And you see this particular green mic icon, that's what I was referring to. So even with the screen recording on, hold on to that thought over here. So wait a minute, let me show you the screen recording. And bam, the screen recording has begun. You see this particular green mic icon, that's what I was referring to. Yeah. So even with the screen recording, so there is this audio glitch that is there in almost all Android 12 ROMs, and maybe it's there with POCO X3 Pro and K20 Pro. I'm yet to experience that on the B11X, so that is something that they need to fix on the source side, I believe. But apart from this, the screen recording works just fine, no problem whatsoever. Now, if you talk about the built-in application, PixelExtended doesn't come with a lot of bloatware. Matter of fact, it comes with very few applications, and the built-in camera application is nothing to talk about. It's absolutely basic. It does the job of clicking pictures. No portrait mode, no scenic modes, nothing at all. It works just for it to work. You do have the power menu over here, which gives you access to the advanced power menu, and then you have this snow house option, which is the customization feature, and we will talk about it. Now, if you press and hold on the home screen, you go to home settings, which gives you access to this particular Pixel launcher, which has some sort of customization. Apart from this, you have your Android 12 widgets working absolutely fine, nothing to worry there. And then you have wallpaper and style, in which you get different color preferences. You do have a ton of wallpapers which are provided by Google, available in this particular ROM. Themed icon is present, and the moment you change any particular wallpaper, you will see the entire UI taking that color. As you can see over here, it just looks great to have Monet UI working that smoothly on a 2-year-old device. Now, moving on, let's go to settings over here. If you go to settings, you go to About Phone and you click on Android version 12. You will see further details of this particular ROM. Things like extended version is 4.0, Android version is 12, December security patch, and it is running the Englezos kernel, right? So how this particular kernel performed, we will see that in the benchmark numbers. But apart from this, you have very, very basic stuff. Even if you go to the main settings area of PixelExtended 4.0, you will see that you don't really have anything additional compared to what Android 12 already offers you. There might be some settings which are here and there, and as always, it doesn't make any sense to go to each and every settings, but we will definitely go to the customization menu, which is known as Snow House. Now remember, it's been a while, say 2 to 3 weeks, that Android 12 ROMs have started getting a lot of customization, and that is the reason it is important for you to pay a little attention to it, because most of the times that would be a very big factor before you flash a custom ROM, right? So you have status bar, you have lock screen gesture, you have gesture customizations, and you have power button. Now over here you have status bar items, 4G icons, combined signal icons, VoLTE icon, select VoLTE icon, voice over Wi-Fi icon, and tap to sleep. You have clock options, battery style, battery percentage, and battery estimates. Then you have quick setting customization, brightness slider customization, and whatnot. Now if you go to lock screen, you have double tap to lock screen and all the other things, double tap to sleep on lock screen, nav bar gestures, take your pill. Now have a look over here. This is some customization, right? Full screen gesture, hide the nav bar and pill. I don't want to hide that. It looks good in my opinion. And there are some other customizations here as well. Under hardware, you have advanced restart, toggle torch when screen off, playback control, volume rocker, fingerprint success vibration, fingerprint error vibration. That brings us to a very, very important topic. How good is the FOD over here? How good is the fingerprint sensor? So let's see here. Bam, works just fine. But you will tell me, Kailash, I don't see the always on display enabled. So let's go to display over here. Let's go to lock screen over here. Always show time and info. One thing that I would definitely like to see in custom ROMs is always on display customization. So on extremely low brightness, it doesn't detect your fingerprint, but the moment you light the screen up, it detects just fine. Now the brightness of always on display is high, so it should work fine. Let's see once again. Right. So in my opinion, fingerprint scanner has been working fine. There might be 1 or 2% chances wherein it would not work fine or give you some error. So nothing to worry about the fingerprint as well. Now, if you ask me about battery life over here, the battery life is pretty decent on this ROM. You will get around 5 to 5.5 hours of screen on time. I got that much screen on time when I was gaming for like 1.5 hours, and it was working just fine. As far as the connectivity is concerned, I tried making a video call using the carrier network and it did not work. But voice over Wi-Fi, making voice over phone calls and stuff like that has been working absolutely fine. The APN settings, internet, Wi-Fi connectivity, everything works okay. So nothing to worry on that stand. Now, if you actually go to the dialer over here, you'll see that you don't have the record UI. So you don't have call recorder built in. I don't know, of lately, that has been a feature that a lot of developers or a lot of teams have been ignoring. But in my opinion, call recording is important. You should have that. Ask me. It's not there on iPhone. It's a paid app. Anyways, that's a discussion for another day. Let's talk about safety net and important factors over here. So safety net on this ROM passes just fine. Nothing to worry there. DRM info says Widevine L1 is just fine. So you should be able to enjoy amazing content on this beautiful AMOLED display. Play Store certification works okay, so your banking applications and needs are taken care of. Now let's quickly talk about the benchmark numbers over here. The first thing that we will look at is, of course, the throttle test. And in throttle test, if you see over here, the average performance was 198,974 GIPS. Remember, gaming on this ROM is pretty good as well. The CPU throttled to 90% of its max performance, and the maximum score was 212,126 GIPS. So a pretty excellent throttle score over there. If we go to Geekbench and talk about the single core and multi-core scores, single core is 727, multi-core is 2532. So that's pretty decent score as well. The place where it disappointed me a little bit is Antutu benchmark because it scored 518,834. Now I'm not saying this is low, but I've seen a ROM score 560,000. So the point that I'm trying to make over here is that you can achieve those numbers. If not 550, give us 530, 540, something better. But this is very close to stock and it's fine. No problem whatsoever. The device doesn't heat up when charging. The charging speeds are pretty decent. On a 27-watt charger, it took me about 1 hour 5 minutes, 1 hour 10 minutes to charge from 1 to 100%. And even in the benchmark, it dropped 4% battery and the temperature increased by 5.5 degrees. So all in all, PixelExtended in the latest Avatar 4.0 is doing a brilliant job with Android 12. You can definitely use this as a daily driver. There might be a few minor hiccups like fingerprint scanner on always on display and a few things that I might have missed in my 48 hours of testing. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this video. Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.